And lo, we arrive at number one. The best, the most prestigious award in all of film, the TheCorniestLemur's favourite film of the year. And I agonised a bit over whether to award my number one spot to Logan or this film, but in the end I concluded that as fantastic as Logan was, we don't really need to be encouraging the industry to make any more superhero films than it already is, even though, you know, Logan was great. But even ignoring that, there was just something amazing and special about the legendary filmmaking on display here, the meaningful and the almost warning, the cautionary exploration of the themes, and the volume of emotional experience while watching this. Even if I got to see absolutely everything that came out this year, from massive blockbusters to indies with the budget of a cheese sandwich, I'm positive nothing would change my conviction that the best film of the year was Blade Runner 2049, which you were just looking at, so that wasn't really much of a reveal. God damn it. This film really is something else. It's one of those, like if you saw it in the cinema, it's an experience that will always stick with you, I'm willing to bet. My story, for example, is that we went to see it on a school trip for my film studies class. We're doing the original Blade Runner at some point as a text. That's what they call them. And it was an excuse to do something adventurous for once, I guess. And having never seen the first one, I was skeptical, and the film began. And no, wait, the trailers stopped. I left out a bit there. That was embarrassing. And the trailers stopped, and the guy next to me thankfully shut the fuck up. The film began, and I was instantly transfixed and engrossed in this world, despite knowing absolutely nothing about Blade Runner, despite other than the name and sci-fi and Ridley Scott. That was all I knew about the original. 163 minutes went by, and I barely noticed. And then, when we left and all went our separate ways, I was speechless. I waited outside the mall in the rain for my dad to come get me, maybe pretending to be Kay, pulling the Brian Gosling face, which I'll get to that in a bit. Yeah, but I waited outside the mall in the rain for my dad to come get me. I was still speechless 15 minutes later, and an hour later, and yeah, like, put it this way. This film inspired me to have a crack at writing my own dystopian novel, at least until I can find a way in the film industry, you know, when I'm done with school and whatever. And anything that can have that kind of impact on me, like, for me, it deserves a number one spot, because everything in this film was amazing. And so Ryan Gosling, let's start with him. He gets a lot of flack for being supposedly emotionless in a lot of his films, and I can understand that, especially with this one. But I feel like with this one anyway, this particular film anyway, it was kind of the point, because, you know, the whole purpose is, what does it mean to be human? And, you know, is Ryan Gosling, does he count as human? Does he have emotions? And, you know, it explores that. So I think him being, you know, blank-faced the whole time was kind of the point. And there are moments where he really just blew me away with his just the looks on his face. And Harrison Ford was great too for his limited screen time. Ana de Armas, if I'm saying that right, I mean, wow, shining star that burns twice as bright, burns half as long. Or was that the original? I still haven't seen the original, by the way. But I think that was what I was referencing there. Hopefully she's not going to burn for half as long, because she's amazing. And even Jared Leto, who I can't fucking stand him most of the time. He was creepy as hell, and I just felt violated whenever his misty, blind eyes were staring into my soul. The sound design, those engine noises of That probably sounds awful, but you know what I'm talking about. But it shook me to my core. The soundtrack is the best soundtrack of the year. The themes it deals with, the exploration of them. What does it mean to be human? You know, how much choice do we have in our actions? Who we love? You know, that sort of thing. The cinematography and the design of the world. Holy shit! Just everything about this was great, and it's firmly cemented Denis Villeneuve into my favourite directors list. I haven't seen any of his other films yet. I'm going to be rectifying that soon. But for now, what I can say about him is that Blade Runner 2049 is a fucking masterpiece. It's one of those rare examples of films that reminds film lovers like me why we love films and why they can be so inspiring, so exciting, so touching, and so thoughtful when at their best. And Blade Runner 2049 is when it's at its absolute best. And if it doesn't win an Oscar for something, you know, best picture, best cinematography, best sound, best supporting actor, best supporting actress, just any of those, and probably some I'm forgetting or don't know about, if it doesn't win at least one, I'm just going to be done with the Oscars. I mean, I was already done with the Oscars, but you know, even more so. Not enough people saw this. It didn't make an ideal amount of money, so just please, I beg you, buy the Blu-ray when it comes out in like a week. Support this film. It deserves it. It's just amazing. One of the best sequels ever made, and definitely the best film of 2017. So there you go. My top 10 favourite films of the year. I'm not going to do a top 10 worst, because this list was time consuming enough, for Christ's sake. And I don't think I saw enough utter shit to really justify making a worst list anyway. It would kind of blur into mediocre films, the 6s and 5s and 4s out of 10s. So yeah, I don't think I saw enough rubbish to really do a top 10 worst. To be honest, I don't think the opinion that the film industry's fucked holds a whole lot of water, really. Sure, Hollywood's a bit creatively bankrupt these days. Other than that, there were plenty of great films that came out this year. These were just 10 of them. No, just the 10 best that I saw. No, It, Baby Driver, Spider-Man Homecoming, Get Out, Wonder Woman, The Disaster Artist, John Wick Chapter 2, Lego Batman Movie, Logan, and Blade Runner 2049. Please just go and buy them on Blu-ray, on digital stuff, whatever you prefer. And yeah, but Blade Runner most of all, please. Didn't make enough money apparently. But to me, the game industry is where all the fuckage is at. That's a word now, by the way. And I hope to do more complexly, if that's a word, edited sort of like discussion pieces on the state of the game industry, as well as maybe some heavily edited reviews for games and films in the new year. Not making any promises. I'm an A-level student. I've got a lot to do, and if I do start doing them, they're not going to be all that often. They're probably not going to be all that good either. But yeah, Blade Runner 2049. Go buy it when it comes out, please. So yeah, here's to 2018 in film and gaming. Happy New Year. See you soon for my review of Molly's Game. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.